Elsewhere, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights now says it is facing funding constraints. Funds that are meant to facilitate outreach to victims of human rights violations across the country, including those affected during protests under the ongoing compensation process. The Commission also warns that a number of victims are psychologically affected and require specialized support, needs that have stretched its already limited resources. This comes as the deadline lapses for submission of names of victims to be considered for compensation under the government-backed reparations program, as NTV's Victor Ngaruya now reports.
KNCHR now says it has compiled a list of 1,563 victims and survivors, all now undergoing a rigorous verification process in line with an established eligibility criteria. The process is being undertaken within a 60-day timeline set out in a Gazette notice and presidential proclamation, and is tied to a 2 billion shillings compensation fund earmarked for victims of human rights violations. The cases span some of the most serious abuses recorded in recent years, including extrajudicial killings, torture and severe injuries, abductions and enforced disappearances, as well as sexual and gender-based violence, evictions, not leaving out the loss of property and livelihoods.
Were they specified for?
But even as the numbers rise, the Commission admits it has faced significant operational challenges, among them inability to reach many victims across the country, particularly those who are poor or those physically unable to travel to their offices.
The Commission has made all attempts to reach out to Kenyans in various parts of the country, but with limited resources.
The Commission also says it has been unable to conduct adequate public participation and stakeholder engagement on the reparations framework, a constitutional requirement due to lack of funds.
The Commission once again calls upon the National Treasury to release the funds urgently to enable the Commission undertake the verification process and to make good progress in the remaining phase of this exercise within the Gazette notice of 60 days.
At the same time, voices of victims paint a painful picture behind the statistics.
Nilikuwa tu shughuli zangu hapo Thika Town, by bad luck protests zikaanza. Na on that verge nikapatikana na risasi hapa kwa mkono on the right palm.
For Robert and others, the injuries sustained during the recent Sabasaba protests, including gunshot wounds, have left them unable to work or provide for their families.
Me personally nimekuwa affected juu sasa zile jobs nilikuwa naweza fanya siwezi fanya vizuri, the hard jobs sasa siwezi fanya vizuri, naweza fanya tu the light jobs.
John Asena, who was shot in the leg during protests, says his business collapsed and that despite the promise of compensation, no amount of money can fully restore what he has lost, a wound not only on his body but in his heart.
Kabla nipike risasi, kazi yangu ilikuwa inaendelea tu vizuri na tunashughulikia kwa familia yangu bila naweza kula, lakini tangu nipike risasi nikaanza kupata maumivu, tangu hapo kazi yangu ikarudi chini.
Still, KNCHR maintains that the process must remain thorough, requiring documentary proof such as medical records, police reports, and witness statements to ensure only genuine claims are approved. The Commission insists that reporting of human rights violations remain open, with additional cases expected to be handled in subsequent phases. Victor Ngaruya, NTV.